We'll delve into the news.
Yeah, so I have ChannelOneNews.com. The one is the digit 1. And some of the stories you'll find on the website. Another blasting on Kasoa-Winneba Highway destroys properties at Dabenyin. Other stories you'll find, Asantehene receives 28 more looted gold artifacts. Give me a big gap in December elections, Bawumia urges Ghanaians. Election 2024, vote to protect free senior high school policy upon Nkrumah to Ghanaians. Black Stars woes due to mismanagement, administrative failures. That's according to Sadiq Adams. Election 2024, be responsible and peaceful. Ghana Armed Forces Ashanti Regional Imam to youth. Give me, okay, I've already read that. Give me a gap as big. Police arrest Kumasi-based radio presenter Oheneba Nane Studio for publication of false news, but he was granted bail yesterday as well. And Tema Mpakadan Railway Line shows our efforts to modernize transport, boost economic growth. Kufu-Addo there. What stories do you have?
And on the citynewsroom.com, not too different from some of the ones you've already read. Asantehene receives 28 more gold artifacts and regalia. Muntumi FM, so Oheneba Isiedu granted bail over false news allegation. Kasoa-Winneba Highway, another blast and destroys properties at Dabenyin. Also here, election 2024, MPP targets 30 parliamentary seats in the Eastern region. Adentan Council restricts local businesses for Manchester funeral. Some other stories here. The NCC, I must say they've been doing quite well recently, right? So they had this whole national poll they conducted looking into issues concerning the 2024 elections, voter apathy, voter turnout, and all of those other concerns. And they've now condemned Muntumi FM's Oheneba Isiedu's fake news broadcast. It comes with a photograph of Madam Kathleen Addy, who is the chairperson of the NCCE. Also here, election 2024, be responsible, reject votes by an Ashanti Regional Ghana Armed Forces Imam has been speaking there. And finally here, some election-related story. Eastern Region lockdown. Miscreants will face a showdown.
That's right.
I like this headline, and this is coming in from our great minister, who is also a Betifi MP, Brian Echampong.
So
these are some of the big stories.
Graphiconline.com, well, graphic.com.gh now. Stories you'll find on the website. Police arrest Muntumi TV radio presenter for alleged false news about elections. ECG urges prepaid customers to top up to last 1 month ahead of system upgrade. Implement long-term policies to achieve progress, African countries advised. Distinguish yourselves as true servants of Christ, GEC moderator to new ministers. Ojiahohua Yaujebi, the second re-elected president of National House of Chiefs, retain NPP for good of Ghana. That's according to the First Lady, Rebecca Akufo-Addo. Collaboration key to success, Pearson EdExcel manager tells school heads. And okay, so we've already read this. Kumasi-based radio presenter invited by police over false claims. Central region, 54 farmers equipped with climate-resilient farming technologies. And here in Accra, Emirates Airlines manager allegedly kidnapped, rescued.
Interesting. Just some final headline stories that we can look into the details of some of the big stories. President Akufo-Addo urges armed forces to maintain neutrality and professionalism going into elections 2024. Also here on the GNA, Ghana News Agency, President Akufo-Addo reiterates commitments to free and fair elections. Signing of peace pact by presidential candidates slated for Thursday, 28 November 2024. And also your police leadership engages media on security measures for December general election. No child left behind in free SHS. President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo declares. Some other headline stories here. Police rescue kidnapped woman Sylvia Patience Bar, brought you that story yesterday. And also VIP to commission new headquarters of Lands Commission. So on November 25, 2024. So, you know,
so the inauguration continues.
I'm telling you, the commissioning, you know, maybe they should have just christened this year the year of commissioning, or maybe this month the year of commissioning.
Of course. We need to commission all the projects that, you know, we need to before before elections and the outcomes. So I'm on ChannelOneNews.com. Story you'll find there. Another blasting on Kasoa-Winneba Highway destroys properties at Dabenyin. A bit of the story reads, a blasting operation conducted by NAG Fairmount Constructions Limited, the company handling the Kasoa-Winneba Road expansion project, has caused significant damage to properties in Dabenyin, located in the Gumwa East District of the Central Region. The blasting, carried out on Monday, led to rock particles of various sizes flying onto nearby residential buildings, leaving behind extensive damage. Affected structures include a fully completed 16-bedroom apartment and a 2-bedroom apartment that is still under construction. While no casualties were reported, unlike the fatal Budumburum incident in October, the destruction has left affected residents deeply concerned. Homeowners are frustrated with what they perceive as a lack of urgency from authorities and the construction company in addressing the aftermath. Kwedramo, a resident whose property was heavily impacted, expressed his frustration. We have leaks in the roofs of all 6 rooms, and the house at the other side, with 5 rooms, has damaged roofing sheets. I lodged a complaint at Dominase police station when we got there. They told me to inform NADMO due to the intensity of the matter. He says he called the person who was supposed to come and inspect, but he never came. I took a 25,000 Ghana cedis loan to roof the building. I don't want them to come, remove some, and replace them. They should bring someone to change the entire roofing so we all have peace. Now, the National Disaster Management Organization in Gumwa East had completed its assessment of the incident when this report was filed. In an off-camera statement to Channel One News, NADMO Director Robert Nana Hackman assured residents that compensation for affected property owners would soon be addressed. Hackman also noted that medical expenses for victims of the Budumburam blast in October have been fully covered. However, property owners impacted by that earlier incident are still awaiting compensation.
You know, it reminds me of this a similar incident. Was it Budumburam? Yeah, Budumburam.
Oh, yeah, Budumburam in October.
Yeah, I covered that one as well. You know, it was sad. You know, lives were lost. If you see the levels of injury, it was just so unfortunate. But you know, let's move to some election-related story. And City Verify is up and doing. You know, they fact-checked the viral video of Kweku Menu, who was allegedly at the time campaigning for MPP. And the verdict on that story is that it is misleading. I'm sure you've seen that video.
Yes, I have.
Because you know, when I first saw it, I was alarmed. But I sensed that it could be misleading and true to my you know, my intuition.
Media.
Oh no, my just intuition really.
Okay.
Yeah, it turns out that the video is truly misleading story by Shiba, or the fact-checking report by Shiba Araba Benin. So the claim is that video circulating on social media shows a truck decorated with colors of the new patriotic party and logos, with the voiceover of actor Kweku Menu campaigning for the party while using derogatory language. Now, the verdict on this fact-check report is that it's misleading. The voiceover in the video is not original. It was lifted from an actor Kweku Menu in a skit and added to the footage. The viral video was altered, possibly to misrepresent the party's campaign message. And so it goes on to say, City Verify began its investigation with a video posted by BK Destiny on TikTok, which featured the original sound attributed to a user named Kweku Menu Bob. A review of the account confirmed it as the verified TikTok profile of actor Kweku Menu. The audio in question originates from an earlier video where Kweku Menu is seen wearing a t-shirt bearing blue, white, and red colors with the inscription DPP on the back. In the original video, he delivers the same message as heard in the viral clip. So basically, that video that's making rounds is not, you know, related to the footage we saw in the said video. It's just put together for whatever reasons. But I've seen a lot of young people comment about this particular incident and on the elections in general. And for me, my concern is that if you look at the voter roll going into December 2024, we have 708,000 plus new voters on the electoral roll. So now the whole, the number of people expected, registered voters now stand at 18.7 million Ghanaians, right? And a large chunk of them are Ghanaians, are young people, sorry. But if you look at, for example, the Afrobarometer report, the round 10 survey, right? A lot of young people too don't want to vote. And maybe I should actually, are you planning on voting this year?
I am planning on voting, but I'm undecided.
You're undecided.
I'm one of the undecided voters.
But you definitely vote, right?
I'll vote. I'll tell you why I'm undecided. I'm undecided because I've witnessed NDC, I've witnessed NPP, and
there's nothing really.
None of their
policies but you see, I like the fact that you still vote, even though you've not made up your mind.
Yeah.
But the point I'm making,
I know will not vote. The voter apathy will be high. The
NCC
election
report confirms that, and the Afrobarometer report confirms that. So 19% of persons aged 18 to 25 are saying that they don't intend on voting. 26
do you know their reasons?
To 35 also say they don't intend on voting. Now 36 to 45, within the age bracket are also 10% of that number are also saying that they don't intend to vote. Now if you look at the intended voting list, it's only lower amongst senior citizens, elderly people. Right. But you see, my point is that young people don't have the luxury of staying indifferent, right? Because this elections, in my view, is possibly one of the most consequential for us as a people, right? Because the policies of whoever wins these elections, right, will shape the future of the country and the future of young people in this country. And for me, I don't think we have the luxury of staying indifferent. So when I see people say, well, they are the same, they are this, and I don't want to vote, I don't even know where my voter ID card is, and I'm not interested, I don't think it's proper. You should be interested in who wants to lead you, right? The priorities of who wants to lead you, how they intend to use your taxes, how they intend to govern, right? So take the manifestos of the leading candidates, open it, check what they say about job creation, check what they say about fighting corruption, check what they say about how it intends to use your taxes, and make a decision, right?
Well,
so, yeah, I know.
Sometimes you can't really blame them because it's a cycle. Their manifestos are there, but how many times can you pick a party's manifesto and say that they did A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H in their party manifesto?
Yeah, so if you don't have answers to the issues that caught your attention, then you escalate it further, right? You ask questions, go to your MP, find a way.
You're making it seem as if you can walk into your MP's office and ask questions.
Yeah, that's the point. Democracy is difficult work. It's not easy, right? Citizenship is also, it just doesn't involve enjoying the rights and benefits that comes with it. It's also participatory, right? You must get involved. Right, that is the essence of citizenship, and the involvement also involves voting. If you don't have answers, you question, and if you are not convinced, then you decide on what to do when you get to the voting booth. But what I'm not too comfortable about is this whole indifference, right? You speak to young people, or they can't be bothered. They are thinking about something else. But the point is that this is the most consequential election in my view, because the policies of whoever will win will shape the country's future, in a way that will be very significant, right? If it's, whatever happens after December 7, we'll have a new government. Definitely. Right? So I hope that maybe I should beg you, please, if you are watching this show and you're a young person, the data from the Afrobarometer report, some way, not quite convincing.
Maybe we should ask a question.
Yeah, we should. Why are they not wanting to vote?
Why do you not want to vote in the 2024 general elections? That's our question.
Or maybe we should reframe it to say, are you voting, and on what basis are you voting?
Okay. Or are you voting? Yeah, sure. Are you voting?
You know, just send us your thoughts about the elections.
Yeah, send us
and
your
if
thoughts
you
about
are
the
voting,
elections.
tell us why you are voting. If you decide not to vote, also tell us the reasons why you are not voting. Let's see if we can.
Yeah, send it to the WhatsApp number 0204 447 033. 0204 447 033. Or on our social media platforms with the hashtag Sunday Breakfast. On my handle, ino_s, or on Jude's at Mensa Duncan, and we would be glad to hear your reasons as to why you are voting or why you're not voting.
All right, so yeah, so City Verify is doing amazing within the space. You know, they are sorting out the chaff from the wheat, right? They are showing you the relevant, accurate information that you need. So if you are not too sure about any story you've seen anywhere with regards to the election, just use the hashtag City Verify, or just reach out to City FM Channel 1 TV, and you get all the necessary information you need or clarity you need. And any more stories?
Right. Should we stay with it? Let's stay with the elections a while longer and do this. Give me a big gap in December elections. Bawumia is urging Ghanaians. Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia, the flag bearer of the NPP, has called on Ghanaians to ensure a decisive victory in the upcoming December elections. Addressing supporters in the Saboba constituency of the Northern Region on Saturday, Bawumia emphasized the importance of a significant margin of victory to demonstrate the party's strength and the people's support. He urged all supporters to turn out in large numbers to vote, ensuring that the NPP secures a substantial lead over their opponents. Make no mistakes about it, by the grace of God, we are winning this election. Make no mistake about it. The only issue for me today, if we vote today, we win. The only issue is the gap. How big a gap we are going to give our opponents. I want a big gap. A big gap. I want all of you to come out. And then he mentions it again. I want a big gap. We want to beat them well.
I can do a compilation of Dr. Bawumia's camp and take nothing away from him. He's really gone to the grounds.
Yeah.
You know, he's been to my constituency like 3 times in the last 3 months.
Right.
You know, so he's been on the grounds. You'd credit him that. I think he understands that the tax is enormous, and to really win the election, you need to connect to the people. But it's interesting how he references Professor Smart Sarpon's poll. Yes. Right? When, Afro Barometer had also done something similar where they said 8 out of 10 Ghanaians, or 82% of Ghanaians, feel like the country is headed in the wrong direction. You didn't really hear the Vice President comment on that, right? Now, Global Info Analytics, people are not too sure what his methodology really involves. Also predicted a victory for former president. You didn't hear the Vice President comment on that. Fitch Solutions have also done the same. There's an EIU report that also predicts victories for the opposition and all of that. But of course, it's politics, so you only amplify aspects of the conversation that suits your narrative. So I'm not even too surprised the president jumped on the whole Prof. Smart Sarpon post to make a case for his candidature. But it's interesting. If you've not seen any of the posts, yesterday on the big issue with Seloma Donu, Professor Smart Sarpon was on the show, Musa Dankwa was on the show. I consider them the 2 leading posters we have in the country. Or maybe Benefsin. And I don't know, I don't assume.
My lips as if you will not draw me into this conversation. You will not draw me into this conversation.
Benefsin is the senior poster.
Oh,
what? No, say it. How do you hear is it?
You will not draw me.
So that when they come, it's me and you that said it.
No, you're on your own.
To be fair, I think Musa Dankwa, Global Info Analytics, and Prof. Smart Sarpon, they are the 2 who have come out to show a semblance of some work they've done, right? So I consider them the leading posters we have in this country. People say posts are for strippers. I don't know what that means, but globally also, posts are generally becoming unpopular. But we'll see how it goes. Maybe we should just read.
Messages are coming in hard and fast.
Yeah, they should send it. We'll spend time here, but let's just tell them what's happening in the news.
Yes, there's another one here, another story, graphiconline.com. ECG urges prepaid customers to top up to last 1 month ahead of system upgrade. I don't know how the system upgrade is going to last, how long it's going to last, or why it's going to affect, prepaid on the meter. So a bit of the story reads, the ECG, why are you laughing, has issued an urgent notice to customers using Nuri prepaid meters, advising them to top up their meter credits sufficiently to last at least 1 month. This measure is to prevent vending disruptions during an ongoing upgrade of the standard transfer specifications metering systems, which includes the Nuri prepayment system. In an announcement released on Saturday, November 23, ECG highlighted the critical nature of the upgrade, which aims to ensure uninterrupted vending services for customers. This is a crucially mandatory STS upgrade designed to ensure uninterrupted vending service, ECG stated, urging customers to cooperate by topping up their meters in advance. My question is, how many people can afford to top up for a month?
Yeah, like how do you even decide that you are going to manage your consumption for it to last a month, right? So I'm not too sure. But to be fair, my lights went off for like the past 3 days. Yeah.
You mean consistently? It didn't come back?
Yeah. Oh. It came back on this morning. And I think it was part of this because when I reached out to the ECG office, they had admitted to the fault, apologized, and said that they were rectifying it. Yeah, so I was, I thought the data, the credit was finished. So I was buying the thing, but like the thing is still short. Then I'll buy it.
So you've overbought?
I've overbought the thing.
Then that means you buy credit till next year,
I'm sure I'm probably sorted till like the next 6 months. Yeah.
And I'll tell you.
I'm not even joking. Because there was some on it already, even before
but you didn't understand why
exactly.
It was off. But was it the whole area?
So it was like selected houses. Yeah. There's this huge building.
You can see your neighbor has lights, but you don't have lights, and you don't understand
there's a huge church close to me and a huge building close to me. Those had lights, but some of the smaller houses around, unfortunately, they didn't have light. And let me just bring you excerpts of the story, then we can
read some of the messages that we have.
Exactly.
My
so,
tablet keeps vibrating.
Asante Hene receives 28 more gold artifacts and regalia.
Yeah.
Wow. Nana.
Yeah.
Oh, God. The Asante Hene of 2472 II has taken delivery of 28 gold artifacts and regalia, originally crafted by royal artisans of the 19th century Asante courts. The presentation took place during a mini derby at the Mentia Palace, coinciding with a centenary commemoration of the return from exile of Otumfo's grand uncle Nana Ajeman Prempeh I. The artifacts, which include linguist staffs, swords, palace secretly locks, rings, necklaces, and gold weights depicting crocodiles and proverbs, were previously part of the Gold of Africa Museum of Anglo-Gold Ashanti in South Africa. The pieces were acquired by the company as part of the Babia Mula collection of African art in 2000. This collection showcased West Africa's finest gold craftsmanship and was housed in a historic building in Cape Town before being relocated to the Javert Art Center at the University of Pretoria. Now, this is the controversial part I don't understand. It talks about the return through the accession agreement, right? Otumfo said to initiated discussions with Anglo-Gold Ashanti earlier this year, resulting in agreements to return the artifacts to Ghana. The deaccession process was completed following the issuance of an import permit by the Reserve Bank of South Africa 3 weeks ago. So if you want the full story, you can go to citynewsroom.com and read it for yourself. But I just hope that they don't say, after the said number of years, it should be returned back to the British Museum.
They are joking.
Hey.
They are joking.
I
am speaking. I am kind. Let's read some of the messages we have before we go on a break quickly. A lot of them coming in on whether our viewers will vote or not. Patrick says, I will never vote again. Never. No one cares about our roads, unemployment, etc. Critically, I am not voting because of Cecilia Dapa. I mean, how can you keep such huge money in your house? I mean, how? Okay. I'm voting to consolidate the gains made so far by the government because of abandoned project syndrome. Nana say.
So is it the NDC that had the abandoned project syndrome? Very interesting, So I respect that. So people should vote. That is my concern.
Just vote.
Go out and make a decision,
Yeah.
but make it informed, right? So assess what's
All the
assess
parties,
and make a decision. Don't be indifferent. That's also citizenship.
Exactly. I'm voting because of the STEM and TVET education that has commenced in this country, and digitalization has capped it for me. Mohammed Rashid Inwa. Good morning. This morning from Tamale. I don't trust all these politicians anymore. Voting on December 7 is 50-50 for me. I will not waste my time on that day for voting. Kweku Jr. here. That sounds like when Sami used to say, Sami here. Kweku Jr. here. He's saying government has to provide free transportation systems for we the citizens who are to vote in different places. Yes. We have more. We'll read. It
says,
more.
hello, good morning, dear. Please, I'm Samuel Betasuni, and I'm going to vote based on the high standards of living as far as Accra is concerned. And you are doing a wonderful job. To you, Eno. May Almighty Allah bless you. This one is a little lengthy. Good work, Eno and Jude. Please, is the National Identification Authority, NIA, permitted by law to share my Ghana card data with a political party without my consent? I just received a phone call from an MPP representative 2 days ago who extended greetings from Dr. Baumia and asked me to vote for him December 7th. When I asked how they got my number, he claimed it was accessed from the Ghana database. I thought the NIA was the only authorized entity to share my data with other agencies solely for identification, verification, and national security purposes. Or is there something more I need to know? Or you didn't send your name, but I don't think you can confidently claim it's the NIA that gave out your number, right? You know, you sign up for different things, and some of these people also have different ways they go about
data protection,
protecting the data they have. So we'll try and get some information on this and help you.